So this is the big picture, but what's inside this course now? We are almost done getting started, and in the next module, we'll dive into the MERN in theory. So we'll have a look at all the 4 core components of the MERN stack, MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js. We'll see how these work and how they are connected to, well, finally build the MERN stack. With that theoretical part out of the way, it's time to dive into our course project then. We will start with the React frontend. For this, we'll use features like components, hooks, routing, and we'll also add front-end user input validation. And with that, towards the end of this module, we will have a nice looking and, from a front-end perspective, working application. What's missing here, of course, is the backend then. Here we'll focus onto Node and Express, we'll create our own REST API, implement our own routes, use controllers and models, and as we did it for the front end, now it's time for the backend user input validation. Besides that, we'll also learn how we can connect our backend to a real database, MongoDB in our case here. With that, the backend will be finished. What's missing here, of course, now is the connection of these two ends, and that's what's going to happen in the next module. With that, we will have our first draft of the working MERN application here. Few things are missing though at this stage. One thing is file upload. Covered in the next module, here we will learn how we can store files, images in our case, on our own server. Following the file upload, we'll work on authentication. The authentication module will mainly cover the user sign-up and the user login logic, so that only if you are logged in, for example, you can access certain parts of our application. And with that, our application will be built. We will have a full MERN stack application at this stage. There is only one last thing missing, and this is the last module, which concludes the course, the deployment module, because up to this point, we were working in a local development environment. Here we will learn how we can deploy our app to a real server in the internet. So as you can see, lots of topics to cover in this course, lots of things to learn and to explore. And before we dive into the course now, let's have a look at how you can get the most out of this course.